Very excited to share about our journey from Chicago to London in American Airlines' new flagship business. And a great way to kick this off is with a trip to the Admiral's Club. This one is located between concourses H and K in Chicago O'Hare International Airport and is one of the larger Admiral's Clubs I've ever been to. Great selection of food. They have something for everyone. They had different types of appetizers like cold cuts, cheeses, even fruit. A good variety of veggies, hummus, and pita bread. The selection also included soups, crunchy snacks, and hot meal options. On this particular day, the hot bar offered chicken meatballs and a ginger rice, which I tried, and it was really delicious. And of course, if you have a sweet tooth like I do, you gotta have some desserts. They got some cookies and brownies and cakes. They also had a great selection of coffees and a good variety of teas. A couple coffee machines if you want espresso, cappuccino, latte. They also had a pay for lunch or dinner menu, which we did not partake in. And then you can't go wrong with having a Coca-Cola freestyle machine. This particular location has 2 full bars, one at each end of the club. I found a great spot to catch up on some work before our flight with a beautiful view of the airport. Soon enough, it was time for boarding. We were excited to see what the new flagship business suites were all about. I was very impressed with the colors. Everything was really nicely done. I even spoke to some of the flight attendants and everything was so new. This is actually their first trip on this plane. You got your bedding set, got some slippers, amenities kit, Bang & Olufsen headphones, lots of storage spaces, lots of great lighting as well. In that little bedding kit, you get a duvet and a pillow. The slippers were very soft. It's always nice to be able to take your shoes off during a flight and relax. Bottle of water to meet you in your seat. Raven Lily amenities. Lots of storage, lots of great lighting too. The side light has a touch dimmer control, which is nice to have if you want to set the mood in your suite. The amenity kit had a little dental kit, hand towel, earplugs, eye mask, some lip balm, hand and body lotion, and a really nice pair of socks. Well done, American. There's a handheld unit to control the TV and lots of plugs to charge your devices. Lots of great lighting. If you didn't want a full-on light and you just need to read something, you can hit that little one. Nice little vanity mirror, appreciate that. Love the new charging stations, so you could just set your phone down there and have it plugged up by the time you get off the plane. They also have a little headset wipe, just in case you're worried about who wore the headphones before you. Put a little wipe on them and you're good to go. I was very impressed by that. It just shows a great attention to detail. That's a spot to hang your headphones and plug them in. And if you're friendly with your neighbor, a little sliding door, a little sliding window that you can interact with them in your suite. It was then time to watch the safety videos, very important in case there's an emergency. Little champagne to start the trip off right. And then close the suite door. But hey, you can still see over it. Really good menu selection, some salmon, some beef offerings, some vegetarian offerings. Wide variety and selection of beverages, something for everyone. Nice selection of wines. They even had a port wine on the list. Can't go wrong with that. After we gave them our food selections, it was time to get comfy and cozy. Tray table was great. You could have it set up in a variety of different ways. What I really like about how they design these suites is they're so multifunctional based on sort of how you fly and what your needs are. They seem to have thought of everything. Once they set up our tray, we were given hot hand towels, which is always a super nice touch. We started with our drinks and warm nuts. And while we waited for our meal, we checked out the brochures in the cabin, which included a full guided tour to your suite. So you can either read that or you can watch a little video they have too, which I did so I could utilize my suite and get the most out of it. The entertainment selection was quite extensive. Tons of movies, TV shows, games, and even language learning options. You only get bored if you want to. The appetizer for everybody was the sweet potato cake and the spring mix salad. Then they came with a basket of warm breads for us to choose from, and both of us chose the pretzel roll, which is our favorite. My wife had the polenta cake, which was amazing. I had the lamb, which I was so surprised by was bone-in lamb. My wife chose not to have a dessert, and I should have asked for hers because they have Haagen-Dazs on the menu. Haagen-Dazs is like my kryptonite. I could have had 5 of those sundaes. The flight attendant does have to unlock the door to your suite, and then once you close that door to your suite, if you leave it that way throughout the course of the flight, they will not disturb you even for breakfast. Time for nights. I am 6'3", and the fact that I can lie flat in this bed, truly impressive. I really believe American has great attention to a lot of details, like this little lighted refreshment tray. Just nice little things like that made this suite perfect. Plane ride, much too short from Chicago to London. We were almost there before you knew it, and it was time for breakfast. My wife had the fresh fruit bowl. I had the omelet, both of which were really good. And then sadly enough, our time in the flagship suite was over. On to the airport and our connecting flight. Thanks to American for a great flight experience, and thank you for watching.